friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you are new here. I am Martina Lily, and today I thought I would give you guys my kind of quick thoughts on the new Pat McGrath Labs Hearts Desire collection that she has dropped for Valentine's Day. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, go ahead and do the YouTube things like subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. So I'm just going to sit off to the side so that I can put the pictures of the collection here for you guys. This is the collection right here, the Hearts Desire collection, which Pat has dropped. I presume it's her Valentine's Day drop. So last year she dropped the Love collection, which I picked up. I don't know if it was just the 3 eyeshadow palettes. I feel like she probably had some more things in that, but I picked up the 3 eyeshadow palettes she dropped last year and I thought they were incredible. And then this is this year's collection. So I kind of went back and forth whether or not I was going to film this because one, I really like filming them. I love seeing your guys' thoughts in the comments around these kinds of reaction videos, especially because you might most probably found my channel through my Pat McGrath Labs videos, and you know, the past year has been a journey. If you've been around here, you know. But then when I don't like a collection, I can get a couple of like hate comments because there's some obviously Pat stans. I think it's important to remember that this now is not just Pat McGrath Labs brand. Like, she has got investors, so while it's not bought out, it's I don't know if she's the majority share owner or not, but it's definitely not just her having a say in the makeup anymore. Like, she would have to answer to the investors as well, so that kind of comes into play. So like, if what I say upsets you, I'm so sorry. We're all okay to have different opinions and everything like that. I'm not personally attacking Pat McGrath Labs directly. Honestly, she's a billionaire now, I'm pretty sure. She doesn't care. She is living her best life, I am sure. And I still respect Pat as a makeup artist itself, okay? I guess that's the prelude to a little bit of my feelings and probably the title of this as to how I'm feeling about this collection. I will have the collection linked down below, by the way, if you are interested in picking it up. It drops on the 18th of January. Usually she drops it if you've signed up for VIP access. She drops it about 9 AM ET time, which I think that's like London-ish Europe time. And it's usually around like 11 PM on the 18th of January Australian time. But you know, you can check it out on her website when it drops. And then if you do sign up to her VIP newsletter, you get a 10% off discount code as well. But I'll have it linked down below. It won't be out by the time this goes up, but just if you're interested. So in the collection, she has dropped an eyeshadow quad, a highlighter, and 2 lipsticks. And when she was teasing this collection, I got really, really excited. I will not lie. I like the packaging when she teased this collection and the inspo pics that she was teasing. I was like, oh my gosh, is this gonna be like, sorry, I've got little hairs on my face here and they're driving me nuts. So if I keep touching my face, that's why I apologize. I thought this, I was like, is this going to be a return to the Pat we know and love? Because the packaging, first of all, the outside packaging, the red and the blue rose and the writing and the font that they've picked, everything about it, oh, it has me. Like, packaging alone, this collection has me. I think it is awesome. I think it's incredibly unique. It shows Pat's like that artistry that we know and love from her. And I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, we're not gonna get pink. Maybe we're getting red and blue. How exciting. Like, what I really was so pumped to see what this collection was like. And I was like, here she is. She's listened to us. And I say us loosely. Obviously not everyone feels this way, and I'm not trying to speak for everyone, so please don't take it that way. But I know that there is a large community of us that are really over pinks from Pat, and I guess these kind of brown shades. Anyway, we'll get there. So I got really, really excited that maybe we're gonna get something a bit different. And then I saw the release of the inside of the products, and I think I saw the lipsticks and the highlighter first, and I was kind of like, okay, these are interesting, these are pretty, I'm kind of interested. And then I saw the quad and I got massively disappointed, I won't lie. Again, just my personal opinion, you're totally entitled to your own, and that's up to you. The reason why I personally got disappointed is I own very similar shades to this from Pat already, and I don't need another pink from her. I don't really like wear, as a personal preference purely, I don't really wear that kind of a tone of purple, so that was also out for me. I don't need another dark brown matte like that from Pat. I've got a ton. And then that kind of champagne-y shade, again, I've got a ton of those from her. So I got very disappointed when I saw the inside of the quad because it just didn't seem to match the vibe of the packaging to me. at all. So the quad itself, is called Daring Desire, and instantly when I looked at this, it was a no because of the color story, as I just said. But then when I read a little bit further and I read some of the comments and stuff on Instagram, I realized that the 3 of these shades, so the dark brown matte, the purple, and the pink shade, are all repeat shadows from her collection from the most recent Christmas big palette, so the one with the blushes. And I can't remember the name of it. I think it wasn't Starlight Splendor. I don't believe it was the other one. I'll have the picture up on the screen for you guys. So if you own that Christmas palette from Pat, then you already own 3 of the shadows in this eyeshadow quad. And then yes, the kind of champagne-y shade is new, but you also, if you have a larger Pat collection, chances are you have something very, very similar, right? So I got very disappointed when not only was it a pink and purple palette with the brown that she always kind of does, but then it's also repeat shades from a release that really just came out and I believe has gone on sale for quite a few times. And she says it was like the most popular shades from that drop. I would love to know, and this is just my curiosity, I would personally love to know how they know what the most popular shades are from each launch, because from what I saw on social media, the palette that seemed to get the most attention was the greens, and I did see so many people fawning over the greens. And even like the 5-pan quint that she released, the one that had like, I think it was Lunar Nightshade, was the one that had that minty greeny kind of color in it. Everyone was losing their minds over that color as well. I didn't personally see anyone like gushing over the pink and the purple and that brown shade. So I'm just really interested. How have they come up with that as a brand? How have they figured out that those 3 shades specifically was like the cult favorites, so much so that they had to do a whole quad for them? If anyone knows, please, I would absolutely love to know. The other thing that I've seen a lot of people disappointed in is this is now a cardboard packaging quad. So previously it would come like in the outer cardboard packaging, but the actual quad itself would be like the kind of heavy duty or like plasticky type. This is now just all straight cardboard. I mean, for me, I can take it or leave it. Does it cheapen it as per like the normal Pat experience? Sure. Is it more eco-friendly? I believe so. So if that's the case, then happy days. However, I can see the argument being that the price hasn't dropped at all. So it's like, okay, so the packaging would have been more cost effective to make. I presume, I know nothing about it, so maybe not. The shades are repeat shades. So I'm guessing either they had a heap of these shades left over from the Christmas collection and they're repurposing them, or regardless, even if they ordered more to put in this collection, they already had the formula, the shades and everything down pat. So that would have been cheaper. They weren't like making the color and the formula and everything from scratch. I believe this is made in the US as well. I could be wrong, but I believe it is. So all of those things, it's like it's not the normal Italy quality, that kind of stuff. I'm like, why is the price point still just as high? Is it worth it? To me, no. And I did just watch Patty Alonso's reaction as well, and she had picked up the holiday palette that had these exact shades in it, and she said that those shades by far were definitely not, or like the shades in that palette were not Pat's normal high quality that she said she could work them and use them, but they weren't the normal high quality that she was used to from Pat McGrath Labs, which also disappointed her. I didn't pick up those bigger palettes. I only picked up the quints in the holiday collection last year. So yeah, I can't speak on the quality from personal experience, but that's what Patty was saying. So yeah, I mean, safe to say, given all of that, this is an easy pass for me. I was never going to, even if these were brand new shades, I'll be honest with you, I was never going to pick these up because it's something that I would review for you guys and then never ever use again, which I try not to do. Like if it's a big enough release, then sure, maybe, but also at the same time, I'm really I always only ever pick up releases that I'm truly also in love with as well. And I'm not in love with this. Outer packaging, yes. Inside, no. And then the Skin Fetish Sublime Highlighter. I actually think her highlighters are absolutely beautiful, and I think if you're looking for a highlighter and this whole thing speaks to you, I don't think you'd be disappointed. I'm not going to get it. I don't need another highlighter. Also, it's like 105 Australian dollars. I should say the quad is 95 Australian dollars. I don't actually know. I'm so sorry how much that is in US or whatever currency you're in. This highlighter is 105 Australian dollars, and honestly, I can't justify it to... I don't want it enough, and I can't justify it enough to pay that much for it. It's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. And look, I will say Pat's complexion products, from what I have tried, are very high quality. So I don't think you'd be disappointed in it. Beautiful embossing. I was trying to think, this looks really familiar to me. Is this a old Bridgerton embossing? I had to Google and I couldn't find it, so I don't know why, but this embossing looks really familiar to me. So if anyone is the same, let me know, or maybe it's just like same but different. I'm not quite sure. And then lastly, there is 2 matte trance lipsticks, which I think these are actually probably the stars of the collection to me. These look really beautiful. They seem to be beautiful, like brownie neutral colors for like a lighter skin tone and a deeper skin tone. The imprinting on them looks absolutely beautiful. Her lipsticks are really high quality. They're really intensely pigmented. They last for a really long time. And they're 66 Australian dollars like per lipstick, if you are wondering. Again, depending on your currency. If I was going to pick up anything, I would pick up this Honey Haze lipstick, and that's pretty much it, if I'm honest. But again, I have so many lipsticks, I don't need it. But I do think the lipsticks and the highlighter would be the star of the show for me. If you go onto Pat's website, it's linked down below. She has a heap of different kind of bundles and stuff as well that you can pick up. So like, for example, she's got a quad bundle with her eye primer, and it's like 132 Australian dollars. So she's got different bundles and all that kind of stuff that you can like mix and match if that's kind of your jam. If you want the entire collection, it's 294 Australian dollars, and then if you sign up to her VIP, it's like 10% discount. Personally, if I was going to pick this up and I wasn't reviewing it for YouTube, I would wait for this to come on sale. It will come on sale, I guarantee it, and I would wait for that, and I would pick it up at like 30% off or more. That's just me personally. There will be so many of you out there that is like, this is exactly what I'm looking for, in which case for you, ooh, congratulations, like I'm stoked for you. So it's safe to say, after all of that, I'm not picking anything up from this collection. And I think, actually, to be fair, there's been a couple of launches last year. I don't think I picked anything up, or I've picked like one thing up. I went from picking up like almost everything to pretty much, now we're down to nothing at this point with her launches, which is really disappointing. I nearly picked up one of those little eye chroma pots, but I just had this gut feeling that they weren't for me. And then I saw Teresa Is Dead review them, and I was like, oh yeah, no, those are definitely not for me. So that was a win. And then this one, like, as I said, I looked at this packaging and I just got so excited. I was like, here we go, Pat is back. And to me, it doesn't feel that way, which sucks. So I'm still going to hold out hope for Pat and her brand this year. I'm really interested to see what mothership she brings this year. I'll be honest, if it is not a different enough color story for me with the mothership this year, I don't know if I'll pick it up. Like, if it's a lot more pinks like what we've been getting, I think it might be the first time I skip the mothership, I'll be honest, but we'll see how we go. And yeah, so A+ for packaging for me from this. I think the packaging is truly exceptional. I love it. Inside, not so much. So yeah, but please let me know your thoughts down below. Is this a launch that you are going to pick up? In which case, like, truly, I'm not trying to offend you. Everyone is different. That's what makes the world amazing. Or is this something where you're like me and you're just so disappointed and I was like, nah, I'm not picking any of this up? Please let me know in the comments. I love chatting to you guys. And if you've made it this far, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so, so much. I truly appreciate you. And I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time. Bye.